Bassmaster Fishing, episode 14. I believe it's episode 14. Guntersville, another hot spot on Guntersville. And I'm just testing it out. I found it, and I'll be testing it out for 1 hour from 7 a.m. to 1500. I always set to the same hours of the tournament. 7 a.m. game time to 1500 game time. This time I got John Crew's boat with the missile bait logos on it. And I got the missile bait shirt and the missile bait hat. And I'm going missile bait today. For this special 14th episode of my little show, my little Bassmaster Fishing 2022 show. I recently had one of my viewers tell me that I need to put more jokes in my videos. So here's a joke. This game was made by the Brits, by the English. This game was produced by English people. Dovetail is a well-known English company. And so I think it's time to pay our respects to the British, to the English. And that is who this joke is for. We will fish in the rivers. We will fish in the streams. We will fish in the oceans. We will fish in the lakes. We will never give up. We will never surrender. We will never quit fishing. That's a quote from a well-known Winston Churchill, a famous Brit. And that's me paying my respects to the British. Okay. So now, you see where I am on the map. You see where that is. Oh, wait a minute. This is wrong. I'm sorry, this is wrong. This is the wrong point. I checked that first. But it wasn't until I came over here. This is the correct point. And you see this little white, this kind of birch-looking tree with the white, that white-looking bark? You come about parallel with it. This is the hot spot. I'm using a tremor shad on a Ned rig with 50-pound line. Mostly I'll be using this, but I will switch to this if I miss a fish, and I think it's because of my tremor shad. I can get them with the Jenko. I'll switch to this. So now I found that when I pitch off to the left, kind of like even with my hat there, and when I fish off to the right, even with my hat there, I've been getting 13-pound bass, like 13-12 I caught, 13-10 I caught. Now the 13-pounders are the fish of the open. Now, in the Guntersville Online Open, you need 13, like high 13-pounders, like 13-9, 13-10, as close to 14 as you can get. And the first fish I catch here is an absolute giant, pitching off to the left of that little white tree. Now, but this shows you like what's going on here. It's a big largemouth spot for giant largemouth, in particular a 12-pounder, my first fish. And I'll mostly be going back and forth from the left to the right. And maybe, just maybe, I will catch a legendary largemouth bass or a legendary spotted or smallmouth bass. I recently caught Renegade the 67-pound striped bass. Just on the other side of this area. Wow, it's a big spotted bass. Oh, I thought he might be legendary. No, he wasn't. And basically what I'm looking for on each of these episodes is 5 giants from 7 to 1,500. I'm looking for 5 largemouth as big as I can get them, to see if I've found like a really highly competitive spot. I just realized I was on 4-speed. There's a big one. There is a big one over there. There he is. He's not interested, though. He's not interested. I'm not sure why I didn't take it there. So let me see if I can think of any other jokes to keep my, oh, there he is. He's not big, though. Most of my jokes are very corny, and they're not that funny. They're kind of more stupid than anything. But I used to do a mean Jim Carrey impersonation when I was like 16. Jim Carrey was kind of like all the rage. I mean, he was like the biggest comedian in the world. I mean, kind of still is, but he's not doing movies anymore. Back when I was a kid, he was doing like Dumb and Dumber and Ace Ventura, and I could do Jim Carrey. Like, I could make my face look just like his faces. And I looked absolutely dumb as hell, but my family used to think it was the funniest thing. It's going to get a touch closer. You can see the bubbles off to the left. And when you get here, you'll see like bubbles on either side of this tree with the white bark. It's just steady largemouth here. Off to the left and right of this tree anyway. I want to see, honestly, I want to see if I can get 5, 13, over 13, which is what you need for the tournament. But just steady bass. Straight away, non-stop bass. But I don't even think I have seen a giant yet. I'm going to use the Jenko swim bait. to see if I can spawn one of these in that I caught before here. Here comes one. There's one that I'm talking about. An absolute giant. Where'd he go? Oh, I got him. I think I got him. With the Jenko swim bait. Yeah, I did. This is one of the fish I'm talking about. I'm sure sooner or later you can pick up a legendary largemouth bass here. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh wow. Wow, guys, I'm really surprised that was that small. That looks so large to me. Anyway, let's keep trying. Now, here in America, we love Winston Churchill and we love the British. Yes, we have had battles in the past, but that's what makes us closer than us with some other people. You know, I mean, there's many British that visit America, that live in America, that were previously British. And there's just many Brits here in the States. And we love Winston Churchill. We love the royal family, and we love Monty Python. We love the old Top Gear series here. With Jeremy Clarkson and Richard Hammond and James May, and I mean, those guys are like rock stars here. Alexa, stop. Yeah, America, we liked it so much. We started our own Top Gear show. I haven't watched it. And like a lot of other people, I'm kind of partial to when I watched Top Gear, it was British, and it was Jeremy Clarkson, you know, and James May and Richard Hammond, and that's when I think of Top Gear. If you said to me, "Have you seen Top Gear?" I would say, "Yeah, I saw Top Gear. I saw it when it was British," and you know, I don't think I could even watch the American Top Gear because I have such a love for the old British Top Gear. It was just such a good show, and here in the States we really miss it. We'd love to see the British Top Gear continue, but these guys are older now. They have their own like businesses, and they're just older guys now. Richard Hammond, he still looks like he's in his 40s, though, you know? But James May, he has all white hair now, and Jeremy Clarkson looks much older, and it just wouldn't be the same as, you know, when they were young and full of energy, you know? But Top Gear, man, I love that show. That was a great show about cars.
I'm not going to set any records with that one. but it's a solid keeper. Cha-chunk, cha-ching.
So I'm not sure when these 13 pounders are going to show up. I just know they will show up. It's almost 9 though, and I haven't even seen one. So I am getting a little concerned, honestly. I mean, if this was a round in a tournament, I hadn't caught a big bass yet.
Flippity flop, what do you got?
I'd be a little bit in the weeds if this was a round in the tournament. Not too bad. Often you got to wait a little while before you catch a real giant. Could this be a legendary largemouth? No, no.
Fatty whack, give that hog a
It looked real pretty for a second. Where's the 13 pounders? Where are they? I know those things are here because I just got done fishing for an hour here. And I decided to do a whole show, an hour-long show on this spot. But so far, they are making me wait.
Not gonna set any record with that one, but at least it's a good, solid keeper.
'And another largemouth. You see how many largemouth are here? There's just a lot of largemouth. No real giant yet, though, which I'm kind of surprised because on the day before this, I caught many over 13, which is very curious. That's like the exact weight that you need to get a max bag during the online open tournament. $13.10s. Fish almost 14, like largemouth bass almost 14 pounds. That's like exactly what you need for the online open. But the Sabine River Open just ended. Well, it's almost over. Most of the top 10 have taken most of their all of their attempts, and it's about over. I mean, it won't officially be over. I think until the end, like almost the end of this week. Today's Sunday. And another thing is the second Super Mario movie is coming out in like a few days. And there's a lot of buzz about that, about Star Fox being in it and everything. That's kind of like the big news of the hour. Also, PlayStation has increased all of its prices on its machines. So PlayStation 5 has gone up $100.
What do you got?
Every single edition. The PS5 Slim, the fat PS5, and the PS5 Pro have all gone up at least $100. So that's kind of big news in the gaming world. That just happened like a couple days ago. Okay, I see some big ones in here. Finally, some big largemouth. There's a giant. Wow, is that big? Where'd he go? Lots of largemouth in this area. And lots of quality largemouth. For some reason, I haven't gotten a 13 yet. And it's really strange because the last day I was here, I got two 13s like before 8 a.m. So just know that if you're going to enter the open, that here I caught 2 over 13 before 8 a.m. So from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m., I caught like a 13-10 and a 13-2. Still not what I'm looking for. Wow. I'm actually kind of surprised I haven't caught a 13 yet. The other day came real fast, real easy. But if you catch like a 13 plus pound largemouth on Guntersville, it's just very competitive. Like those are the fish you need to win the online open. Well, I did see one of the fish I needed, but I didn't get him for some reason. I just didn't get him. Maybe this is a more skittish kind of bass day. I'm really not sure. I know sometimes Bassmaster works like that, where some days the bass all bite readily, and then other days they're real skittish, and you can hardly catch any real quality largemouth. There's a big one. There's a big one right here. Oh no. Oh no. All right. All right. There is a big one in here, but he's kind of right in front of the boat. Oh no, he didn't look that big. Now that I see him, he didn't look that big. He was just close up on the camera, so he looked huge, but he wasn't really that big. Well, I sure am getting a lot of small bass here. Oh well, this is the Bassmaster show. This is what it's like when you're looking around for like highly competitive largemouth spots for the online open. Oftentimes you're just testing different spots that have given you like real giant largemouth. And so you're testing them to see how many of those giants it's actually going to give you from 7 to 1,500. That's how I practice for the online open. Wow, a whole lot of bluegill in here now. So far, zero luck. From 7 a.m. to 10. A little unfortunate for the sake of the video. I was almost sure I'd be able to show you a bunch of 13-pound bass on this spot. And yet it's been nothing but small bass. I do believe Bassmaster is like that, though. Like sometimes you'll get a bunch of small bass in a spot. Then other times you'll get like nothing but highly competitive, super heavyweight largemouth bass.
What do you got?
It kind of depends on the day you're there. And the days change. As far as like the behavior of the bass, and even the population, the size can change. But this is a TV show here. This is not just all about successful fishing. It's fishing, you know? And I've had people tell me, well, I went to all your hot spots and I didn't see nothing. Thanks for nothing. And, you know, guys, ultimately it comes down to this. This is a fishing game. And it's fishing, you know, it's not always catching. Sometimes you're just looking around, you know, and not every game is like an action-packed thrill ride, you know, that is action every single second. Some games are like kind of a patience kind of a game where you're rewarded based on how much time or patience or commitment you have. Like hunting games and fishing games. I mean, that's what they're all about. They're all about just basically being patient, and being committed and determined. They're based on like determination, commitment, patience. That's what hunting and fishing games are really like. It's not always like, it's not always action, you know? Sometimes fishing is just fishing, you know? I think that's the first time I've ever had a line break in this entire, in my thousands of hours playing this game. It's the one drawback of the Jenko. It does get stuck on grass like very frequently. But if you come here, you know, be prepared for either a ton of giant bass or none, I guess. You know, I mean, I don't really know what to say. They were here the previous day, and now they're not here. You know, one of the things I've noticed with Bassmaster is often, like, when this happens, it may be because there is a legendary largemouth bass that is scheduled to show up at a certain time. And so all the normal bass that would normally be here are not. Sometimes that is the case. And I can tell you from thousands of hours playing this game that sometimes that happens. And you won't see much on one of your busiest spots. And all of a sudden, out of the blue, you'll catch like a legendary largemouth bass. That does happen from time to time to me. So we'll keep on recording this show. We're not going to give up the fight. We're not going to surrender. We'll never quit fishing. Oh, see this? There's a couple real giants in here right now. This one is not the bigger of the two. This is like the 10-pounder. The other one was the one I needed. But at least you saw the couple. I saw a couple fish that I missed here. This one doesn't even have a heartbeat. I'm just getting so unlucky with my show here today. I've caught nothing giant sized.
You're gonna have a few competitors trembling with that tow.
And I should have caught this one just now, but it does seem like there's more skittish days. And then there's days when all the bass bite. Here's another little another little fish, man. And I couldn't catch the big one. So it's funny because in free fishing, usually they're very nippy, and even the giant largemouth, they bite readily. And so it's super unfortunate for my video that I missed two giants that I know of, that I saw myself. Well, you can see all the largemouth in here. Another little guy. This is not a 13-pounder. It's almost like they don't want their spots to be too easy to like discover and find and figure out. And they don't want them to be too predictable or something.
Not gonna set any record with that half.
So some days you get all 13 pounders. Other days are like this, where the big fish won't bite, and you get all these 10 pounders. All right, this could be significant. It looks enormous, but it could be around 10, like 11 or 12. If it's anything but a 13 pounder, guys, honestly, it's not the best for your score. When you play the Open, at Guntersville, you have to have 5 over 13. There's guys that will have that. See this? It's like a teaser fish to let you know, like, yeah, there's big trophy largemouth here, but we're not giving you the 13 that I saw just a few minutes ago. But the 12, that bit right away. I got him right away. So you can tell it's just a matter of the fish's AI. Sometimes the big fish are just shut off. And there's literally almost nothing really you can do about it. Also, I haven't been going very, very wide. Like, I haven't been going way out here or way over here. I guess I better start trying. But one thing I did notice is that instead of being to the right and to the left, the big fish I saw were right in front of this tree with the white bark. This time, instead of being to the right here and to the left here, they were all kind of like parallel to this tree. Well, at least you got to see those giants that I missed. Oh, there's a big one. Or at least when the camera was really close to him, he looked huge. Where'd he go? Did he despawn? Wow, it just seems like such bad luck for my video. Anyway, you did get to see the largemouth, but it just so happens that because I did just get done catching like 5 over 13 here. To the right and left of this tree with the tremor shad mostly on the previous day. So sometimes when you do that, like you'll see even on the online open, your attempts will be different from attempt to attempt. And if you catch a bunch of big fish one day, very often the next day you'll catch almost nothing in the same spot. But Zach Scott, you know, he does games mostly on Plants vs. Zombies, and lately he's been doing a lot of other stuff like Mario Tennis and Resident Evil, the new Resident Evil game. And he's done some Palcopia. Ryukar, he does Mario Maker 2. And he's done like a Dark Souls series. He's done an Elden Ring series. But I do Bassmaster. That's my game of choice. The Road Warrior and Scuba Dave and KP Shimino, Krellick OG, they all do Fishing Planet. That's their fishing game of choice. Their whole channel is based off of that game. But I do Bassmaster. That is my thing. Well, don't get discouraged if you have a day like I had and you get like 0 13-pounders here. Because I just caught like 5, guys. The other day, that's why I made this episode. I caught 5 13s here in 1 hour. So do not sleep on this point here. Try it out. Give it an hour yourself if you want to. But I suggest it, especially if you're entering the open.
It's Chibasa.
Gosh, I got nothing on that Jenko swim bait. It's just that I caught 5 yesterday. That's why. That's got to be why. And they all bit real easily. They all bit really quickly. No hesitation or anything. They charged the lure. They bit. I caught them real easy. And yet today, guess what? They're all shut down. They're all shut off. Well, I don't think there's any real reason to continue this episode. Usually I make it about an hour long, but since this episode, we only saw a big largemouth, but I didn't catch any. I don't know how much longer this video really has to be. Yeah, it just looks like the game is not going to give me any 13s on this day. But I did catch 5 of them here, guys. I caught 5 of them in 1 hour. So, you definitely probably want to know about it. And you see that map. You see where I am. Not that first bump, but I'm on this second bump on the landmass there. All right, I'm going to end it here, guys. Thanks for watching episode 14. Bye-bye.